Absolutely. Community feedback is a big deal for us. The combination of community feedback and football itself is what inspires us every year to keep innovating and to create.
Mind you, the only two people that we have to communicate to is Zaro and Corey, which sucks.
Create the most authentic and fun experience we can. And we know we have a big community, so this year we actually talked to over 3,000 players, from pro players to new players, casual players, hardcore players. And because we know this is a two-way conversation, we released an important pitch notes article.
Okay. New players, I can see why, but casual players, pro players, and what else did this? Hardcore gamers or hardcore players were the main three you should have done. Like new players, they're gonna come, but you're gonna make more money out of the people you already have.
At the end of May, where we explain a little bit more about how we approach community feedback. So we listen to things like shooting inconsistencies or AI defending, and this feedback, together with our drive to create a more authentic football experience, led us to develop a new feature set that comes together as football intelligence.
Okay, all right, so catchphrases are all well and good, right? But let's dive into this, right? Because
Sure.
I want to be able to in a few months.
Sure, football intelligence is a combination of features that improve the three main components of the match: on the ball, off the ball, and the ball itself. And this year we're innovating in those three areas. On the ball, we're enhancing the one-on-one moments by giving you new attacking and defending tools. Off the ball, with a re-architected game flow, we're giving players more time and space on the ball. And for the ball itself, we have a brand new ball physics system that elevates the authenticity on every touch.
Okay, so you mentioned off the ball first. What is off the ball? What does that mean for us?
Yes, so off the ball, if there's something that is really going to change how the game plays, is the re-architected game flow. This new game flow was designed to give more time and space to the dribbler and create more one-on-ones. A one-on-one is one of the most interesting parts of football to watch or to play if you actually play the sport. And in FIFA, it's going to be the time where user skill is going to make a difference. And while we're creating more
in the short term, so I always joke about this on my stream. So basically, you know how in FIFA 19 they added time finishing? Well, I always talk on my stream and I say, wouldn't it be funny for FIFA 20 they introduce time tackling? But in this case, I think they're going to introduce like time skill moves, which basically, like you said, on one-on-one occasions, you literally have to wait until your opponent probably tackles for you to execute a skill, which is kind of interesting because, excuse me, I'm eating. Which is kind of interesting because, for me, I don't like to tackle unless I am 100% sure I'm going to get the ball. I mean, yeah, I tackle every now and then just so I can see what my opponent does. But most of the time, I'm jockeying. So it's going to be interesting to see how well you can counter this.
more one-on-ones, we're also encouraging more user control defending, and we are reducing the amount of AI defensive support that you get from your teammates.
Okay, all right. So
yes, first of all, the re-architected game flow allows us to encourage smart technical build-up based on skill. So when you score a goal, you feel like you really worked for it. And because you mentioned space, yes, spacing is actually one of the biggest benefits of this system. You will see how your teammates spread around the pitch in a more authentic way, allowing you to read the game better and also giving you new ways for you to create your own scoring chances. And visually, just the game looks much more like real football.
Yeah.
So right here, I understand. Oh. Like, not everyone can control every single player on the pitch, right? So, I mean, obviously, you don't want your AI to be retarded when, like, the whole other team moves up and they don't, like, they stand still, right? You want sort of your AI to be somewhat intelligent in terms of, like, reading the play. Obviously, it's my job to be marking the guy or pressuring the guy that has the ball, but alright.
Yes, so football is all about the decisive moments on the ball. And now that we're encouraging those moments, we're also giving players the tools to make sure those moments are in their control.
Okay.
So there's 4 features that I want to talk about: composed finishing, strafe dribbling, control tackling, and the new penalty kicks and free kicks.
All right, so 4 big topics.
Yeah.
Let's just dive into this. Composed finishing. What do you mean by that?
Sure. We received feedback from the community regarding the difficulty to finish in front of goal.
Okay.
Bro, that was like the whole freaking year for me, man. Like, there's something so annoying that one shot that you don't plan to go in goes in, while one shot that you know can go in doesn't go in. I'll be right back, folks. I'm gonna go wash my hands. All right, I'm back. We're gonna be going blue from going forward. All right, so what are you talking about?
FIFA
Composed.
20 with the new composed finishing, you're going to experience more clinical and consistent shooting when you're in a one-on-one with the keeper, for example. And if you try a more difficult shot, let's say a volley from outside of the box, then you're going to have more chances to miss. So overall, we are improving the fundamentals of shooting to provide a more authentic experience. And we also listen to feedback about time finishing. And we are very confident that the changes that I just mentioned to the fundamentals of shooting.
Okay, so so for me, I kind of messed with time finishing for the first like month of FIFA, but afterwards I'm like, dude, even if it's green, it's not gonna guarantee it's gonna go in. Like, yeah, like that's what you assume, right? But it just kind of improves the accuracy though that you're pointing, and then sometimes I'm like, how is it that I have a green time finesse and I'm pointing out like at the very corner and it still goes out or more centered, you know? But all right. And listen, folks, I mean, they can say all this stuff, but at the end of the day, we're gonna have to wait till the consumers, get the product in our hands. Now, I've been fortunate enough to, for the past 4 FIFAs, I have the privilege of getting a private beta code, and I always play it. And like I'm really optimistic because for FIFA 18, I was really not the best at the beginning. But over time, I mean, that's the whole purpose of the game. You keep playing it and you get better. But this one, it's like as much as I play, I cannot sort of get a rhythm. You know, like every game was so random. Like I wasn't sure. Like I said, I wasn't sure which balls would go in when I would shoot them in. You know. But anyways, like when I played this one, I'm like, I'm so ass, and I'm like, I'll get better. No, I did not. I mean, defending, I was there. Attacking, I had it, but just finishing was just what did it for me. And AI defending, obviously.
In addition to some tweaks that we're doing to the actual time finishing mechanic, are going to give you a more satisfying shooting experience, whether you time your shot or not. We are actually just releasing another Pitch Notes article about this topic. If you want to know more information, you can check it online. So we are reinventing the strafe dribbling mechanic.
Okay.
This tool adds more dimension in attack, giving.
So I think, okay, I don't know why I keep pausing it, but this is my thoughts, man. You know, these are my thoughts, and I like to like analyze every like sort of information that they give us. I think this might replace the jockey dribbling, and most of the time jockey dribbling for me was to like sort of stop the play and like sort of get one of my opponents out of position while my team moves forward. And I think that's what it is. Obviously this guy Lucas just took whoever the defender was that I just
you more control, more precise and agile control of the ball when dribbling. And I would say this tool is great to
playing against
lure
Real
your
Madrid?
opponent in, and then when he's getting closer, use your player's agility, speed, and skill to beat that defender.
So if it wasn't any indication, though, you know, I'm going to be on defense quite a bit. So
we'll see.
Because of that, as a defender now,
Yeah.
we're continuing to just run through these tools, these new gameplay additions that are coming to it. What about on the defensive front?
Yes, to counter the attacking tools, we also need to bring some innovation into
Correct.
defending. The new control tackling system, which uses the sophistication from the active touch system from last year, is going to improve your player's tackling ability to ensure you win possession back more often than ever when you tackle in the right context.
correct.
Okay, then
Yes.
what changes are you making to penalty kicks?
We have brand new penalty kicks and free kick systems.
Okay.
So first of all, the aiming mechanics are completely different and more accessible, but obviously we're keeping some elements of skill in there to make sure there's enough.
You know, you gotta keep it. I mean, I'm not sure if they're gonna allow this in terms of the penalties. I mean, maybe they are. Let's see if we can. Let's see, because most of the times, if you know the like sort of the animation that the guy does, you know which way he's gonna go. Let's see.
depth in the mechanics for those that want to be masters on those systems. And for example, in free kicks, you're gonna have full control of the spin that you apply to the ball, and that's gonna create your trajectory. So you can do side spin,
like
spin.
that's one thing that I always like find. Why isn't there like a freaking? I mean, obviously there's some skill into it, like knowing where to position the ball, but like an actual targeting, I'm not sure if we're actually gonna have that. I think that's only available in the trainer. It's gonna be surprising to see because obviously they're playing like a career match, and I doubt that that's gonna be online. But for trainer, hell yeah.
No spin or a combination of them, and that's gonna be based on how you swing your right stick.
That was dope though.
And then you will see the trajectory, so you can go around
Right
the wall,
stick.
You're
gonna actually
the
be
wall,
using the right stick.
You can do a knuckle shot, for example. Ultimately, these systems are more they're more fun, but you have more control, so that you feel like it's more rewarding.
Correct.
And you basically you swing your right stick, and then you see the trajectory being created, and that's the cool part.
So for like us FPS gamers out there, maybe that's something that I can actually be good at. Like
exactly
with the right stick. That's awesome. All right, so on the ball, talked off the ball. So what's new with the ball?
Oh, look at the guy waving in the back.
And the ball is at the center of every match. And the innovation that we're bringing to the ball this year just gives you a more authentic experience in general.
Yeah.
So we rewrote how the ball behaves on every player contact, on every bounce, on every interaction, and how spin affects the trajectory of a shot, pass, or cross. So what you will see is more realistic player deflections, more realistic bounces. And if you do a shot, let's say a finesse shot, you will see maybe more curve. If you do a lace shot, you will see a dipping trajectory, a rising trajectory. There's more variety in general. So the entire FIFA experience feels fresh because of this new ball physics system.
Trying to get that ball to...
Yes, so the features that I just talked about are very important, but there are many other changes that we're doing in FIFA 20, and a lot of them are based on community feedback. One of them is pace. We know that sometimes slower defenders can catch up with faster dribblers, so we're tweaking pace in FIFA 20. It doesn't mean that the entire game is going to be based on player speed, but it just means that player physical attributes are going to be slightly more important. We're doing something very similar for strength.
Also with stamina, like I feel like obviously with the tactical changes or the tactics, the new tactics that they introduced this FIFA, I felt like people that play on high pressure, like they're like all their team was good on stamina to like the 90 minutes, which was kind of nonsense.
And finally, for those players that have mastered the skill moves, we're obviously tuning some of them. Let's say La Croqueta, we're adding new ones. Or if you would like to chain multiple skill moves in a row, then you will get a more realistic outcome. We're working on those.
So you're telling me that Tex can't like bust out like 3 elastic at the same time?
We'll see. You will see new behavior.
He'll do it.
Tex will still find a way. Tex will still find a way. Well, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Now, when can players get their hands on FIFA 20?
So it's gonna be September 27th.
Okay.
And there's some good news. If you have EA Access, you're subscribed to EA Access, you can get hands-on on September 19th.
Me?
Wow. Okay. And then of course,
19th? Did he say 19th? I didn't hear.
On September 19th.
Wow. So 5 days. So 5 days in advance.
EA Access.
We're done talking about FIFA. Hopefully, like I said, they can say all these things. They can literally say all these things, but at the end of the day, we're gonna have to see how it is. Promise. I see it. But that's what they said about 19, and look where we're at. Alright, and there we have it. We're at the end, folks. Remember to drop a like on this video. Like I said, I'm going to be uploading videos more consistently, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Comment down below on this video to say what do you think is going to happen in FIFA 20. Is it going to be a bust or not? Is it going to be a bust or is it not? Things like that. And yeah, love you guys. I'll see you on the streams. Peace.